Hello everyone and welcome to a Bed Wars video. For this week we're going to be looking at the new Practice Bed Wars game mode that was added a few days ago. We're going to be talking about firstly why it was added, because that's probably the main topic, and I'm just going to be playing the few modes of it. So when it was added, there was two modes, the bridging and the MLG. They've recently added Fireball and TNT Jumping, so I'm just going to be showcasing short clips of me playing on each of them and giving my reviews. I haven't played on it yet because I don't have internet. I'm currently using my hotspot and I do not have much data left. But anyway, hope you enjoy. So we are currently on the bridging practice, and I'm just going to have a look at this. 30 blocks, infinite, non-slide staircase. Okay, we're just going to be doing 30 blocks, and I'm going to make this as fast as possible. And there's nothing really you can do. I guess I'll just try and bridge. My fingers are getting tired. Okay, 9.8, that's enough. I'm not going to do more of this, since it can get very frustrating coming from someone who's done a lot of Bedwars Practice Club. The next thing we're going to be doing is the MLG. I'm just going to, okay, so we have water. That's good enough. Is there anything else? Oh, there are a lot of customizations. So let's try this a little bit longer. Okay, that's great. Let's do a ladder clutch. First try. And I guess we're going to be trying out the final TNT Jumping practice, which is something that was just newly added, I guess. Use the arms, jump as far as you can. 12 blocks. Let's try a diagonal fireball jump. That. Thank you, ping. Mobile data is the best. 13 blocks. I'm not going to do much more. So 2 of the selected items. And let's do 5 TNTs. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try 2. That pushed me back somehow. Okay, 19 blocks, that's pretty good. Alright, now we're going to move on to the main topic of the video, which is why Hypixel did make the update. Because as we all know, it was a pretty minor update, which they are going to make bigger. However, there is one very big reason they made it, which a lot of people actually don't know about. So basically, I'm not gonna talk too much. There is a lot of backstory to this, and there's a lot of background and stuff that I could talk about, but I may mention it a bit later, but I'm not really going to talk about it too much. So basically, in recent times, there has been a new server that has popped out called Bedwars Practice Club. Some of you, actually a lot of you will know about the server. I think I mentioned it a few times, and a lot of people are playing on it, especially recently ranked Bed Wars. So, for the most part, it was a pretty small server. It did gain some traction because some YouTubers mentioned it. It was regularly getting thousands of players at times. However, recently, a pretty major event happened. The very large ranked Bed Wars community switched from Hypixel Bed Wars to the private and the features on Bed Wars Practice Club. So obviously, to Hypixel, this is just a potential competitor of Bed Wars Practice, which wasn't really that big before, just being exposed to a whole new massive audience, and eventually a lot of the people that are just using Bed Wars Practice Club for the, what's it called, the ranked Bed Wars, will be exposed to all of its features and things, I guess, and this would potentially lose Hypixel a lot of players, and less people would be playing it, less time. And obviously this would be worse for Bed Wars and pretty bad for Hypixel. And Hypixel, obviously, with the update, does something that Hypixel does best. Find competitors that are capturing like a specific audience, and they make a game or an update or something to target the specific audience, and then do what Hypixel does best again. Gives incentives, which I'm going to talk about that just in a bit, and make people play their version. This has happened with duels. Obviously, for a long time, Hypixel Bed Wars and those kind of arcade-ish / sort of PvP games were made. Ping is actually pretty insane. Okay, this was the PvP community of Badline, those servers when they existed, they were sort of still running, and they were capturing not a major audience, but the smaller PvP practice club audience. However, Hypixel made duels to, I guess, draw people from those servers to Hypixel. Hypixel, to obviously convince people to join their version, is firstly a bigger server, and generally people will want to play on bigger servers because there's more potential for growth, the rewards, more people on it, and more competition. Hypixel also is very good at giving people incentives to play. For Bed Wars, a major thing is the star system. That was one of the main reasons I started playing, because I sort of had like a bit of competition, me and my cousin, to see who could gain the most stars, which also translates to who could play the most Bed Wars, and that basically is great for Hypixel, and that's what they're trying to do, and it works very well. Thank you. Okay. And that's obviously the duels there, the titles, things like that. It didn't work perfectly. There's still a lot of people who still play on Lunar, but they still have a pretty decent part of that audience captured. Then there is obviously Skyblock, which captures, I guess, I don't know how to say it, but a lot of people who think Hypixel is a bit too competitive, PvP, sort of the community that plays all of those grinding type games where you have to collect resources, those kind of things, that obviously captured a huge audience, and a lot of people like that, and that's reflected with Skyblock's success. And then we're going to move to games, which Bed Wars and Sky was obviously a lot of the PvP community / arcade community, the more casual community, so it sort of merges these two together. Then basically Hypixel is designed very well to make people want to play on it, continue to play on it, and of course stay on it. Okay, let's put yourself in my situation, for example. Lunar obviously made Bed Wars, things like that. While, you know, you may say, oh, there's less server lag, Lunar and other servers Bed Wars may generally just be better than Hypixel's version for a number of different reasons. Hypixel has a lot of issues in their server. However, though, think about in my situation, what reason do I have aside from, you know, it might be a little more better playing experience to go on another server for Bed Wars. Say a new server opens up, which is amazing, no lag, stuff like that. There isn't much of a reason to go on these new Bed Wars series very close to me, because Hypixel, I've spent a lot of time on Hypixel because of a lot of these incentives, and even though these incentives that they've made are now not that, I guess, things that I care about too much, I've played so much Hypixel right now that it wouldn't make sense for me to leave it and go on another server, play another game, etc. So Hypixel, they initially draw people to the game, then sometimes people find this boring, they don't want to continue with it, but by that time they have already played so much that it isn't a viable option, I guess, because they've already invested so much time into the game. So you sort of understand what I was trying to say, and that's sort of one of the main formulas for how Hypixel is as successful as it is. It can capture people, it can make people play a lot, and then it makes people stay. I need to hide right now. Let's hope he does not find me. I'm going to be concentrating this, sorry for the lack of commentary. He is very nearby. He's right there. Okay, he's going further away. This is very tense. He's in his right now as well, but he's terrible gear. He has no sharp and no port. Okay, that's great. That worked well. Good game. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that basic, I guess, talk about the new Bed Wars update. So in summary, Bed Wars, Hypixel has seen that there is competition to Bed Wars, which it hasn't gotten in a very long time. Bed Wars is a game, I guess, that has remained pretty much the same for so long because there hasn't been any sort of threat to it, any competition to it. In fact, it's just gotten more popular over time. So obviously, and making an update would not draw people into the game, which is why Hypixel do not consider updating it, because there is actually decent competition to Bed Wars. Hypixel is now deciding that an update is important, and obviously it is a practice update since that's relevant to the competition they're getting. So hopefully we, I guess, do see some more competition in the future. That would be nice since obviously more competition means more innovation, I guess, and that means more for us to play on. Anyways, hope you enjoyed watching this, and well, if you enjoyed, make sure to tell me what you think about the new Bedwars update, if you've enjoyed it, and what do you think about the real reason that Hypixel has updated it. Anyways, next week there is a 99% likely that it's going to be a very different type of video. It's not going to be Bedwars related at all. In fact, I'm going to be looking at a very interesting Minecraft trend that has occurred in the last few months, and I'm going to be making an interesting spin on it. Anyways, I hope you're all excited for that. It's going to be out next week. Make sure to check the community post because I'm going to be putting updates on that, on whether it's going to happen next week. But anyways, thank you for watching. Goodbye. Goodbye.